Good morning. I'm Phelan, your host, and welcome to TCTC Time.
I'm Tim, your co-host. To start today off, a message from Education and Family Services.
Hi, I'm Haley Sparent from Education and Family Services, and today we have the Thanksgiving Food Drive for FCCLA. This food drive runs November 1st through the 21st, and it consists of non-perishable food items that you can drop off at Education and Family Services or Miss Wilson's room B102. For every 5 items you bring, you get a ticket with your name raffled into a raffle for a Sheetz, Dunkin', or Starbucks gift card.
Wow, be sure to bring some stuff in.
Who'd say no to free gift cards?
On another note, our robotics team just had their first match. Let's see how that went.
Carrie Cinco, I teach engineering, and I'm the robotics coach for TCTC. On November 1st, our robotics teams had gone to MCCTC for the Mahoning Valley League, and there was over 40 teams. We had a couple teams that were out, so since it was our first round, coming back with robotics, and a lot of the teams were the same way. There was many teams that were just learning how to operate their robots. We had some technical difficulties with the arenas and the game setup, and we kind of figured it out as the evening went on. Our next round is December 4th, so we're busy making modifications to the robots. Our teams, we have 2 teams here at TCTC, and both teams are adding some launching devices to their robots, and we're getting some more practice time in. So this is round 2. We have several more rounds through January and early February. We also have an all-day Saturday competition at MCCTC on December 9th, if anybody's interested in checking us out. And that's open to the public, so we welcome you guys to come see us.
That's awesome. Here's to more wins in the future.
Seeing a bunch of robots compete was more exciting than I thought. Now, though, a message from Mr. Barry.
Good morning, everyone. November is National Career Development Month, and I thought here at TCTC, who would be more excited about career development than myself? So we brought Ms. Totoro in here to talk to you, and we're going to interview her and ask her a few questions.
Awesome.
So, jumping right in, I just want to ask you about your career development journey, and maybe you could give us a snapshot of what that looked like.
So snapshot, and I do love Career Development Month, so thank you so much.
I know you do.
Graduated from high school, went to YSU. I was studying to be a business major, and just a couple of things about that didn't work for me. So I think I've always wanted to be a teacher. I started my journey then of becoming an English language arts teacher from YSU. I've only ever worked here, so I interviewed straight out of college. I taught English here for 10 some years. Like probably 7 years into that, I started being our career development coordinator. So I did that and taught English, and then eventually I just did career development, which is where I fell in love with November and the month and the celebration and all things related to that. And then I also earned my master's degree from the University of Cincinnati in educational leadership. And 6 years ago, I became our school's academic supervisor. So that's my journey.
Very good, awesome. So if you're talking to a student and they're trying to figure out what it is that they want to do, like I don't even know where to start, I don't know what I want to do, what do you tell a student like that?
Yeah, so I would tell all of you that are already here, you're starting to do that, and it can be super overwhelming. And we feel like it's never too soon to start, and so we're always looking at ways for younger people to be engaged with careers. But that's the biggest thing, is to be engaged. So I would tell you to get some exposure. What do you think you're interested in? Talk to people who are in those careers, visit places, talk to friends of the family, older people that you know through your parents or your guardians. Try different things, have experiences, do some research. I graduated from high school and I took my typing class on a typewriter, so I'm ancient, but now the internet is much more developed.
Sure.
Okay, so you can tour things, you can try things. Talk to your guidance counselors here. And maybe even like an interest survey or personality survey, just to kind of gauge what would I love to do, what would I be good at, and talk to the adults in your lives too. What kind of recommendations do they make?
It's funny you said that,
Yes.
because we have these career guides. These are available to you. Come and see me, and we can get you one of these. They have a career assessment survey right inside. And it gives you just a good idea, a starting point of some careers that might fit your personality. So check those out. It's a great place to start for sure.
That's a really good place to start for sure.
All right, so what are some of the responsibilities that a student should begin to form right now to reach those career goals?
Sure. So whether your career goal, we ask you what's your E. So after graduation, we want you to be enrolled, enlisted, or employed. Any of those things are going to take you to that long-term career path for you. So there's a lot of things that you can start doing right now to be prepared, and it's kind of like just practice for the real world for your grown-up life, so to speak.
Right.
So a lot of the habits that you're forming here at school are going to transfer long-term. Are you waking up in the morning on time, right? Are you getting to school when you need to be here? Are you being responsible for your assignments? Are you effectively communicating with your classmates, with your teachers? Are you taking on responsibilities outside of school? And so maybe you are in a club or you play a sport, right? That all helps with time management, which is going to be key
Sure.
when you're in the workforce. Maybe you have your own part-time job, which is great because now you are working under someone, you have a boss, you have people that you are responsible for to produce something or to create something. Maybe you're volunteering, that's also a good thing to do, but you want to start transitioning from maybe things that you did as you were younger,
Right,
that didn't
it's
have
time.
a lot of responsibilities attached to them, to maturing into those adult roles. And like I said, the habits that you form here at school are a great way to be prepared for those next steps.
That's perfect. All conversations that we have with students, as you know, my role is to help students get jobs outside of the school within their program area, and so these are all conversations that we have so that they're successful in those jobs. So that's great. So last question, what are some short and long-term goals that a student can begin to think about when they're considering their career?
Yeah. So we talked about the 3 E's, and I guess I think of, if you're kind of locked in and you know what it is you want to do, create like a career spectrum. So what's maybe my first step, and then what is like 10, 20, 30 years from now what I want to do. And go ahead, physically write those down. Make a little, timeline for yourself, and then put some checkpoints there. So if we go back to maybe my journey, I knew I wanted to go to college, I want to become a teacher, I want to get a job, I want to be a principal. Mark those things down, and then again, having those conversations with people around you that are here to support you. What are the things that I need to do? If you're not sure where you want to land after high school, then that's what your focus should be right now. What are my 3E options? What are some things that I'm looking into, and what are some experiences I can have to confirm, yes, this is what I want to do, or no, I don't.
Awesome. All great advice. Thank you so much for
Thank you so
joining
much.
us.
Happy Career Development Month.
Ms. DeToro talked about your 3 E's. Now I'm talking to the instructors and teachers at TCTC here in the building. We have new 3E posters that we want you to pick up in the staff lounge. So students, I want you to, if you don't see one of these on your teacher's door, I want you to ask them where their poster is, what their E's are, and begin having those conversations. She mentioned talking to the adults around you and interviewing them and asking them questions about their own career development. So look at these posters, ask them the questions, and have fun learning more about your teacher as you learn more about how you can develop your own career. So thank you all. Have a great day.
Great message. Now on to Stars for Veterans.
Hello, I'm Timothy Amos. I'm from the Visual Design and Imaging program. I just want to come on here for a minute to talk about a organization called Stars for Our Troops. So Stars for Our Troops is a group of people all across the country that take worn and tattered American flags, and before they're retired the typical way and reduced to ash, they like to remove the stars from them and package them with a message for former police officers and veterans and anybody who's served our country to some capacity. And so they leave this message that says, I am a part of the American flag that has flown over the USA. I can no longer fly. The sun and winds cause me to become tattered and torn. Please carry me as a reminder that you are not forgotten. With gratitude from Trumbull Career and Technical Center. And so this is just a way for us to thank our veterans and others who have served our country and show them that we appreciate what they've done. So thank you to our veterans, and thank you for the students at Trumbull Career and Technical Center who took time out of their day to cut the stars out of the flags and print the messages as a way for us to distribute them to all of those veterans and former officers. Thank you.
Here's to our veterans. Come and pick up your stars at Virtual Design or B130.
Thank you for joining us. But before we go, here's your wellness tip of the day.